right, gang, I do have an editorial for you this morning on Throwback Thursday, and I'll try to get a throwback for you later today. But I do have an editorial for you. Before we get to the editorial, I want to play a couple of video clips for you that were sent to me through email, and they are regarding civil rights violations. Clear civil rights violations. The first small clip will be a police officer that tells a guy, go to the next door over there, you're going to get arrested. And then walks over and arrests him for recording him. That's the only thing he was doing. He was far enough away. The Supreme Court has ruled on that. So this cop was a tyrant who didn't want to be recorded and decided to arrest somebody. We have a guy like that here in Yucaipa. And also the next clip will be a cop, a guy, again, the guy's far enough away, but the cop goes, go over on the sidewalk, you're going to get a ticket. For what? Standing in a grocery store parking lot recording you guys? How can you get a ticket for that? Another tyrant who doesn't like the camera. Here's your clips.
You need to move down to the next door or you're going to get arrested.
Go.
Leave me alone.
You're under arrest. Get off your bike. You're under arrest.
My brother.
Get off your bike. Get off your bike. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Why are you assaulting me?
Dude, why?
I gotta take this now.
Get on the sidewalk.
Okay,
or
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna
I'm
get
sorry.
a ticket.
Okay, I'm
Another
sorry.
ticket.
So, guys, the only way we're going to win this is to keep recording them. Keep recording them. Don't take your cameras down. Don't say, you know what, I'm not going to record the police. Record. Let's make these guys famous. Those two cops are now on YouTube. That's right, and I'm going to spread it across the nation. Let's get these guys famous. Keep recording the police. Don't you dare turn your cameras off when you see cops doing something. They say, hey, turn your camera off or go over there. No, I'm recording you because you're a bully, and I'm going to record you. Let's move on. Speaking of people that need to be recorded, there are some cops in Lawrence that need to be recorded because I want to know if these cops are wearing masks. If the cops aren't wearing masks, we have a huge problem there. So let's get to our editorial. Thank you, NBC Boston, for this story. Lawrence police will begin actively enforcing the state face covering requirement starting Friday, issuing $300 fines to violators. The Lawrence Police Department will be on the lookout for people who aren't wearing masks in public in a new enforcement initiative. We get back to that. Lawrence Mayor Daniel Rivera told the Eagle Tribune that the patrols will target public places and businesses Monday through Friday over 2 different shifts. Violators could face a $300 fine. Masks must be worn in various situations in the city, including in public buildings, at the gas pumps, and on public transportation. Everyone! Lawrence has one of the highest coronavirus infection rates in the state. Nearly 100 people have died from the virus in the city, according to the Department of Public Health, and there were 2,386 cases as of Thursday. For the last 2 weeks, city officials have been educating people about the mandate in advance of the enforcement. The city instituted its own mask mandate on April 28th ahead of the statewide order. Mayor Rivera said in a statement about the local mask order last month, Lawrence continues to have some of the highest coronavirus counts in the Commonwealth. As a community, we need to work hard to stop the spread. Governor Charlie Barker issued an emergency order requiring face coverings earlier this month as the state battles to control the coronavirus outbreak. The order went into effect on May 6th and applies to everyone over the age of 2 in all indoor public places and outside when social distancing can't be properly maintained. Masks must also be worn in public transportation and in stores. Face coverings must cover your nose and mouth and can include masks, scarves, bandanas. Medical masks should be preserved for healthcare workers and first responders. And so what I want to know from you guys first and foremost is this constitutional? Can they constitutionally give you a $300 fine just because you don't have a face covering on? Or is that a violation of your civil rights? Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide. I'm not going to give you the answer right now because I want you to decide if that's a violation of the Fourth Amendment to be secure in your persons. You let me know, guys. But what I wanted to get you to as well was where he said, and this kind of deals with Greg Anderson of the Seattle Police Department, where it says the Lawrence Police Department will be on the lookout for people who aren't wearing masks in public in a new enforcement initiative. A new enforcement initiative, you see. The initiative means we're going to enforce this. And so when that Officer Anderson did that video in uniform, that's what I've been saying all along is his personal opinions and his personal, let's not enforce this, guys, it's not constitutional, could clash with the enforcement initiative of the mayor, the governor, you see? And so then they say, oh, whoa, dude, we're saying we're going to enforce it, $300 fine. You're saying it's unconstitutional in your police uniform. You got to go. Bye. Going to fire you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that cop was wrong. You know, it's absolutely unconstitutional. But if you are one of these police officers, you know what? If you really, really love your job, you probably need to zip it. But if you really say, you know what? I don't care about my job. I'm here for the people. Then you go ahead and do whatever you got to do. You could get fired. Okay, and I'm not saying that you're wrong for saying it, but I'm just saying sometimes when you are an employee of a certain company, I'm not going to harp on that. I want to get back to this real quick, though, is that, so that's their initiative now. Their enforcement initiative is to go out and make sure everyone's wearing a mask, and if they're not, $300 fine. There you go. Now, they say in public, and they're saying, well, you know, in public stores and gas pumps, and you know, if somebody's walking down the street with no mask, they're going to say, come here, you're in public, and they're going to get a $300 fine. It's pretty sure about that. Are the cops wearing masks? What do you all think about all of this that I've said? Put it in the comment section below. The link to this will be in the description box below, along with the other 2 video clips that I played earlier. Thank you for watching Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers from coast to coast during this COVID pandemic.